What is up, guys? Justin here with a pickups video for you today. It's been a number of months, I think, since I last uploaded a video, but yeah, I'm still here, I'm still around, still game hunting, and I came across this pretty cool Craigslist deal the other day. It's not often anymore that I find anything on Craigslist. I got some stuff for the collection in here, so I was like, you know what? Let's bust out the camera, set everything up, and let's do a pickups video. So I'm going to show everything first, and then I'll let you guys know at the end what I paid for everything and kind of the quite interesting backstory to go along with all of this. I've got everything sorted into like 2 boxes here. This first box will be all the Nintendo and Sega stuff that I got, and then there's a box underneath that I'll show it towards the end that has some PlayStation and Xbox stuff in there. So yeah, let's get into this here. I'll start it with the systems here. There was a Model 2 Sega Genesis. All of these systems are kind of like as is. I don't think the guy tested them really before he posted them on Craigslist, so they're all just kind of as is. They all came with their cables and in at least 1 or 2 controllers. Those are all tangled up in a box over there, so I'm not going to worry about them, but I'm just going to show the systems here. So there's a Model 2 Genesis. There was an NES with a yellow lid on it here. Something I noticed about this one, actually Ryan noticed this when we were going through the stuff. It's got a red sticker underneath here, the Nintendo installation, maintenance, or service sticker. I don't know that I've ever seen a red one before, or maybe I just haven't noticed before. I just thought that was kind of interesting. That needs a good cleaning though. And then, let's see, there was a Game Boy in here. This one is really as is, because I don't think it's going to work. It's pretty trashed. A very dirty Game Boy. It's missing the battery cover. There's not any corrosion, so I have a little bit of hope, but I mean, it's all scratched up and dinged up, so I'm not holding my breath on that one working. And then this was kind of cool. There were 2 Sega Game Gears in here, a black one and a blue one. I haven't had one of the blue ones in a long time. He told me that he doesn't remember these working from when he last had batteries in them and tried them out. And again, Game Gears are so fragile; they never work when I get them. They are pretty beat up. They do have the battery covers though, so I'll test these out. I'll do a post on Facebook or something if they end up working. But yeah, I think those are kind of just 4 parts. So that was all the Nintendo and Sega systems. Let's jump into the games here. I guess since I showed the Genesis first, we'll show the Genesis games here. These first couple, actually, I don't even know. Some of these are empty cases. Yeah, there's an empty case for NBA Live 96. And this one had the game, NHL 97. And then there were some decent ones in here. Mickey Mania, Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. That one does not have a manual. I got a whole stack of manuals down here, though, that were kind of just loose in the box, so maybe it's in there. I don't know. We'll look at the end. Captain America and the Avengers. So this one was awesome because it was complete. In the picture on Craigslist, it really just had a picture of the cartridge. And it's one that I knew I didn't have yet, but I was like, I don't really want to keep it if it's cartridge only. But when we were going through this the other night, we actually found the case in the bottom of the box, and then we looked at the manuals, and we found the manual for it. So it actually was a complete copy. It was just in pieces in the box. So I'll be hanging on to this one for the collection. I think this is kind of an expensive game. We got Batman Forever, which I think was in there. Yeah, no manual on that one. I already have that one, though. I'm sitting on the other side of my room. I don't know if you guys have seen this background before, except maybe like in my room tour. But yeah, my Genesis game's up here. GameCube, Wii, Xbox down here, which you probably can't see. This was an empty case for College Slam. And then some loose Genesis games here. We got NBA Live 96, Madden 98. We got Real Monsters. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Greatest Heavyweights. So this one was kind of cool. Comic Zone, which I don't think I have. I've had it before, and it didn't have a manual, so I don't think I held on to it. And actually, I think the manual for this one is in this box, but there was no case. So, once again, don't have one for my collection, but maybe I'll just sell this one and buy a complete one or something, just so I can stop worrying about it. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Vector Man, Sonic Spinball, and Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. So I think that was all the Genesis games. There were some NES games in here, not too many, and nothing too crazy, but we'll go through them anyway. TNC Surf Designs, Super Mario Bros. 3. Of course, you gotta have your Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, Track and Field 2, Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout, and I think there was another Bugs Bunny. Yeah, there was Crazy Castle in there as well. Ryan said he wanted one of these. I think it was this one. He told me he had one of them, didn't have the other one, so he's got dibs on whatever one that he doesn't have. Blades of Steel, NFL, and Ice Hockey. So that was it for the NES games, but let's get into the real reason I was pretty psyched about this deal. All the Game Boy and Game Gear games that came in here. So I'm going to start out with a couple Game Boy Advance games. I didn't get a Game Boy Advance system, but I have hope that he might have some pretty quality Game Boy Advance stuff laying around his house somewhere, and I'm hoping he finds it and gets back to me. More on that later. But yeah, we got Texas Hold'em, Poker, and Pokemon Sapphire. And that was it for the Game Boy Advance. But let's hop into some of these original Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. And there were some good ones in here, and a few that I'm happy to get for the collection. This one I already have, but this is Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Ages. I don't see these games very often, the Oracle of Ages and Seasons on the Game Boy Color. So it's always nice to get those. Dragon Warrior 3. This is a good one. And Ryan kind of has dibs on this one. He already has the game, but I guess his label on his is all jacked up. And this one looks pretty nice. So I think he's going to be swapping his with this one. This one is for my collection, and I had never heard of this game, never seen it before I saw it in the Craigslist post, and that is Mole Mania, which I guess is like a $20–$25 cartridge. It looks like it might be a little bit sun-faded. I can't really tell because I've never seen it before. But yeah, Mole Mania. It needs a cleaning on the back, but I'll be hanging on to that one for the collection. We got Baseball, Tetris. Here's another one for the collection here. Dragon Warrior Monsters. Let me get this right. Dragon Warrior Monsters 2, Kobe's Journey. So I think I have Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. There's on one cartridge. It's a black cartridge like this for the original Game Boy, but I did not have this one. So I'm going to be hanging on to this. And then there was a copy of Pokemon Yellow. There's a few more stacks here. There's quite a number of Game Boy games. I usually don't see Game Boy lots this big. We got F1 Race, Wario Blast, which is not in very good shape. I think I just got this one fairly recently though for the collection, and I don't think mine is in very good shape either. So I don't know if it's worth doing a condition comparison or not on those. We got Mickey's Dangerous Chase. I'll have to check and see if I need this one. I think I have it though. Pokemon Silver, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Tiny Toons Adventures Wacky Sports, the first Mortal Kombat. This one I did not have. Spider-Man 2. It does not look like the label's in very good shape, but I'll probably hang on to it anyway. So I think I have Spider-Man 3 for the Game Boy. That might be a Game Boy. That might be a black cartridge. I'm not sure, but I did not have this one. The label almost looks fake. Like, I don't know. I don't know why someone would fake a label on this game, but you never know. Okay. The last of the Game Boy games here. This one I needed. Madden 97. So I checked my spreadsheet right before I started this video, and I have Madden 95 and 96, but not 97. So that's a keeper there. This is Stargate. We got Dr. Mario. Foreman for Real, boxing. This is TMNT Back from the Sewers. So this is, yeah, Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers. Man, these are kind of, all these are in pretty rough shape. I mean, oh, look at that. That needs a heavy cleaning. I'm going to leave that one in the case for now. We got a cleaning kit here for the Game Boy. Just like open up. Oh, it does. Huh. I don't think I've ever had one of these before. And then finally, I think for the Game Boy, we got this Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Game Boy Color, I guess, with the, I think this must be a rumble feature or something. Which, Ryan told me that, I don't know if he had this game brand new when he was a kid or something, but he told me that this Panasonic battery was apparently like the original one that came like packed in the box with this game. Maybe someone can confirm that for me, I don't know. It's just a Panasonic AAA battery, but he recognized it for some reason as the same battery that came with his or something, I don't know. Thought that was kind of interesting. So, Game Gear games. So not as many as the Game Boy games, but there's a few decent ones in here. It's not often that I get Game Gear anything, so these were kind of cool. We got Bonkers Wax Up. It's like a Sega Club, Disney and Sega Club game. We got Devilish. What is that? Sage's Creation? Maybe that's like the developer. But yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've ever had this one before. We got NBA Jam. Streets of Rage. This is 2. Yeah, Streets of Rage 2. Madden 95. I feel like taking that one out of the case. This one is Ren and Stimpy. Is it? Yeah. Quest for the Shaven Yak. Alright. Bugs Bunny Double Trouble. And here's a Sonic game that I've never had before on the Game Gear. Sonic Labyrinth. So I think there was a ton of Sonic games on the Game Gear, wasn't there? Something like 10 or 11 of them. And this is one of the ones I've never had before. And the last deck of Game Gear games here, World Series Baseball. Gotta have your Sonic 2. NBA Action. Simpsons Bart versus the World. World Series Baseball. Did I already have one of those? Yeah, so this is the second copy of World Series Baseball. And then Poker Face Paul's Gin. So, I think that was it for the games. There were a few other things in here. There's a Game Genie for the Game Gear, which is kind of cool because it looks like it still has the... Yeah, it's still got the code book in here. Usually those are missing whenever I see these for like the handheld systems. And then there was one for the Game Boy as well, which... Yeah, see, I think this one is... Yeah, this one does not have the code book. I think I have an extra one, though, hanging out downstairs. I'll have to look. I'm fairly confident that I have an extra code book for this. This was kind of interesting just because I had never seen this before. So this is a Game Boy Advance AC adapter. It's like official first-party Nintendo, but like, so it's for a Game Boy... What, is that unplugged? I don't even know if this unplugs or if it's just like built into the cord, but it's for a Game Boy Advance, and it's so you can just plug it right in the wall and not use batteries, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know, I've never seen a cable like this before, so especially like a first-party Nintendo one. So I'll see if that's worth anything. And then there was this huge stack of manuals, which I'm not going to go all through just because there's a ton of them here, but there was like some decent manuals in here for games that did not come with this deal, which is kind of why I said that I think, and he even told me that he's got a bag somewhere with a bunch more Game Boy stuff, so I'm hoping that he finds that and hits me up. I mean, there's a Kid Icarus manual there, so these, and I got a bunch of manuals for the games that I just showed, you know, Oracle's Ages there. So I didn't get this one, Advance Wars 2, for the Game Boy Advance. That'd be a good one to get. Final Fantasy Tactics. What else is in here? Here's a manual for Sapphire. Superstar Saga. Did not get that one either. Dreamland 2 was not in there. Spider-Man 2, I'll keep that one. Mario Donkey Kong. I think this is for the... actually, I think we looked and we thought this was... yeah, this is for the This is for Pokemon Blue, not the yellow that I got. So... He had Pokemon Blue at one point. There's the Silver Manual. Street Fighter 2 would have been nice to get. Here's some manuals for the Genesis games here. Vector Man, Real Monsters. There's the manual for Devilish on the Game Gear. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else too special in here. It looks like all the Game Gear manuals are in here, which is kind of nice. So, oh, and then there was this, which I'm about to show the PlayStation and Xbox stuff, but there's a manual for Def Jam Fight for New York, which was not in here. So that was kind of disappointing because this is an expensive game. On the GameCube, I think I looked it up the other day, and it's like over $100 now. All GameCube stuff is crazy right now. So anyway, let me clear myself some room here, and I will be right back with the box of PlayStation and Xbox stuff. Okay, getting into the PlayStation stuff here. Starting out with this PSP that has a very interesting story to go along with it. So this is a PSP 1000. And I don't know if it's going to come across well on camera, but right up here on the screen, I'll hold it up here, there's like a little tiny, like pin-size hole. And it honestly, it doesn't even look like a hole, but the reason that I know that it is because he told me that apparently he had this PSP sitting in his room underneath like a dartboard that he had on the wall, and he told me that there was a dart in the board, I guess, and it fell, and the dart went right through the screen, he said. But he told me it still works, and like I said, I mean, I would have noticed there's a little nick in the screen, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that, oh yeah, a dart went through that at some point. So I'm hoping it still works. I just thought that was kind of an interesting story. So there was also a PS2 FAT system in here. Again, there was, I mean, I have the controllers and stuff for it here. I'm not going to take them all out, but they had cables and controllers and memory cards and stuff. And then this PS1 system, it's a 7501 model. It's got something rattling in there, so hoping that that works. And there was, again, there's controllers in there. There was actually this green controller in there, and cables and a memory card and stuff. So that was all for PlayStation systems. Let's start with the PS1 games. I'm going to go through this stuff kind of quick. There were a few decent PS1 games in here, but for the most part, I don't even know if I'm going to show all the PS2 and Xbox stuff, because it was like 90% sports games. So for the PS1, we got Ready to Rumble Boxing, WWF Attitude, NBA Live 2000, you got NASCAR 99, NCAA Football without the front of the case, NHL 2000, this is a PC game, this isn't even PlayStation, so NHL Face-Off 99, you got Madden 2001, Cool Borders 2, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, WWF SmackDown, this one I've never seen before, but I don't think it's worth anything, Interplay Sports Baseball 2000, you got Army Men 3D, and then the best two here, we got a complete copy of Final Fantasy VII. It is the greatest hits version, but yeah, it was all in here, all 3 discs. They're not in super great shape, but they should all, yeah, they should all play. So that was probably the best one, and then there was also a copy of Metal Gear Solid. This one is missing the manual, but it is a black label. So I think that was it for PS1 games. Again, I'm just going to kind of cherry pick some of these PS2 games because, I mean, look, I just grabbed the first stack here. I mean, there's a couple Xbox games mixed in, but they're all sports games. So it's not even really worth showing. But there were some okay ones. A couple Lord of the Rings games, Return of the King, Two Towers. These were all in really nice shape. At least the cases were. I've said it before. Sometimes you just pick up a PS2 game, and just by the feel of the case, you could tell whether or not the inside's going to be in good condition. We got GTA 3, Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. There was Unreal Tournament, 007 Agent Under Fire, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It's one of the better ones. Kingdom Hearts was in there, Dynasty Warriors 3. These are all complete too. A couple sports games there. This is Metal Gear Solid 2. And then that's probably all that's worth showing. There was this one for the 360 that I'd never seen before. Euro 2008. Looks like a soccer game. And Dead Rising for the 360. This one might still be worth a few bucks. NCAA Football 11. I know 14's the expensive one, but 13 goes for a little bit too. I don't know about 11. And then I guess for the this is this is in here. Madden 06 for the PSP. But yeah, that's probably everything in here that's worth showing. Hold on, there's one more loose PSP game down here, Spider-Man 2. So yeah, I think that's everything worth showing. There were a few other things that I didn't show, like there was some of those there was an NES Advantage controller over there that's mixed in with the box of cords, a couple NES flight sticks and stuff, but for the most part, that was everything that came with the deal. So it's story time now. What did I pay for everything, and how did this all come about? As I mentioned, this is a Craigslist deal, and this is one of the reasons why I still check Craigslist on a regular basis, because every now and then something like this pops up. So it was Halloween, and it was sometime in the middle of the afternoon. I was getting ready to check Craigslist, and I got distracted by something. I don't know what it was, but I got distracted, and I didn't get around to checking back on Craigslist till later that night. And of course, I saw that this bundle had gotten posted like a few hours earlier. Now, the original post was just for the Nintendo, the Genesis, the Game Boy, and the Game Gear stuff. Didn't have any of the PlayStation or Xbox stuff. The guy was asking $90 or best offer, which was obviously an insane deal. So I messaged him right away, emailed him, said, hey, you know, I'll take this. I got cash. I can pick it up ASAP. And I didn't hear back from him until the next morning. He told me that he had another buyer that was interested, but he would let me know if it fell through. And so I was like, great, like, okay, I missed it. But a few days later, he emails me back, and without even acknowledging this other buyer or what happened with that, he told me, hey, I found some more stuff. I found some PlayStation, some Xbox stuff, and now I'm looking to get $150 for everything. So I was like, okay, like, I mean, because I knew $150 even just for the original post, even just for the Game Boy stuff, was probably a really good deal. So I was like, yeah, like, you know, come check it out. Like, let's set a time to come check it out. And so we picked a day and time, and then he emailed me back again and said that I guess he had some friends that looked through the stuff and told him he was asking too little for it or something. So he's like, I'd really like to get $225. Now, normally when something like that happens, and I've had it happen to me before, where you kind of agree on something and then they up the price, and normally it's like a complete turn-off, and I'm just like, just say screw it. But this was a little different case, because that was still a really good price. I hadn't even seen half of what he had yet, so I didn't want to just say screw it. I wanted to at least check everything out. So I went and checked everything out, and I saw that, you know, obviously there was nothing too great in the PlayStation and the Xbox stuff. A few decent games, though, plus the systems, and so I asked him if he was, you know, firm on his price of $225 now. He told me he could go down to $210. I was going to offer $200, but I was like, you know what, I thought to myself, after seeing all those like extra manuals and stuff that he had that I didn't get the games for, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pay the $210, because at least at that, then he is more enticing for him to hit me up when he finds the rest of those Game Boy games, hopefully. So I paid the $210 for everything. Still a pretty insane deal. And I'm really pumped about all that Game Boy stuff, because I never see Game Boy lots that big, and there was a handful of games in there for my collection. So overall, even though it was like a week-long process and it was kind of agonizing, I think in the end I ended up with a really good deal here. So anyway, I will hopefully be back with a new video sooner rather than later, but of course, these days, you never know. You know, I hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy. I'm doing my best here, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.